Hey, what's up, homie? So I'm going to be going over why I'm struggling to leave Topstep X, and I'm just going to be fully transparent with you guys. So I have this screenshot pulled up from last night because I took a trade. So I'm sitting here thinking last night, we're consolidating, no real direction, hard to want to take a trade. And then as soon as I pretty much said that, we dumped. So I literally put price as soon as I say it's consolidating. We have this nice move down. Well, I was thinking if we retrace up, I'd be interested in a sell possibly. It depends on how the market reacts. I didn't really get a push up into this fair value gap that was right here at the time. I can't draw it up because this is a screenshot, but I wanted to kind of go over what I was thinking. So I'm like, all right, we have this change of character here. We're breaking this little micro trend on the 1 minute. So a nice push up, nice engulfing candle. So I'm like, all right, well, if we come down then, and we fill this fair value gap that was right in here, then I might be interested in a buy, and I'll target this liquidity up here. So that's what happened. I put in this, and this is where I was kind of thinking, and what I was thinking. So I had a fill order put in. I ended up canceling it because we came up into this zone, and I was like, man, it's pushing. And then I saw we engulfed and ripped down. So I'm like, all right, maybe if we get down into this zone and we fill this, I'll go and look for an absolute, like, complete fill. So that's what I did. As I put another limit order in with 3 MES, I got the fill, and then I was really struggling not to check this trade. I'm going to be honest with you guys, like my emotions of doing this ladder system and using 3 MES, like I'm very much struggling with my nerves, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more on what led me today to almost having a really bad session, and I'll just get into it. I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys and show you. So this one was pretty nice, man. We came in, we got the fill, we had a little bit of drawdown, and I ended up closing it because I was eating dinner. We're watching the traders, and it's just time to eat dinner, so whatever. And I have my take profit here set, like where we hit, but I guess I didn't have my auto perimeter set, which messed with me later. I'll get into that, but I was looking to get a fill more so on this upside over here. Sorry, I'm gonna turn off this alarm. So it was targeting like 270 instead of like my 225 that I was going for. So I didn't get the freaking fill. And I just had this weird feeling like, man, let me check this. I just got done eating. I was like, let me check, because sometimes I don't, and it's like all bad. And when I checked it, we were starting to engulf down. So I closed it, and we had a profit of about 180, 177 or something like that. I was like, all right, cool, not bad. I didn't get the full TP because I didn't have my ratio set right. And this is one of the reasons I'm struggling to leave Topstep, because of the risk parameters that you can set. I cannot find another prop firm that lets me lock my settings the night before that protects me the next day. And it's driving me nuts. It's driving me mad because I'm so tired of trading on a subscription. But I think that I just need to scratch that and allow myself to trade with Topstep and accept it for what it is for now. It's a great marketing, but because they have it set up like this, let's go ahead and look. Let's go ahead real quick. So we got this trade, we closed it. So, but because they have it set up like this, it's really like I've struggled. Come on. I was just on here, man. All right, so I personally locked myself out here on this, okay? And you can see I took a loss because basically, let me show you what happened. I didn't draw this trend line until after I got in the trade. I didn't take any of my notes because my chart was completely messy. And I don't know why I sat here. I'm looking like we're obviously clearly going up. Like I said, I thought we were going to do from the day before. I thought we were going to continue to the upside. So I don't know why my bias got a little flip-flopped. I guess we came down here and we broke this structure, and I just started to think like, let's look for a sell position, maybe a potential, double or triple top. Like, let's go ahead and look at targeting some of this liquidity down here. And that's what I was thinking, but it didn't exactly go that way for me. And what happened was I have my risk settings here, right? So let me show y'all what's up. I didn't have this checked. This was unchecked. I freaking didn't have the automatically apply. So I got into a trade this morning, and I go back and check it, and I'm negative like hundreds of dollars. Like, I'm down like $300-400. At this point, I'm like, all right, man, crap. Like, what I do? So I don't have any of these set up yet or anything. I'm going to set that up before I hop back on session. I'm going to lock this in tonight, but I just got an opportunity to come make this video. And I just locked myself out. I ended up getting with 2 more contracts for a total of 5. And I don't know why I did this, but yes, I do know why I did this. Okay, I did this because I've paid attention to this chart a lot and how MES moves and how it works. So here's what I was thinking, and I'm just going to dial into the 1 minute and just explain it to y'all what was going on. But this made me realize I don't think I can leave Topstep right now because I'm still using this as repetitions. And I wasn't even happy with this trade, dude. I don't even know what I was thinking, right? Because I'm like, oh, we got to change a character over here. Well, then we got another change of character over here. So at this point, I should have been like, this is really like no trade energy. Like, you know what I mean? Until we kind of get some confirmations here. And I think the confirmation would have been where I got out up here, you know, maybe potentially coming back into this zone or that we rejected off of here. But it's just not clean. This, like, I should have waited, honestly, until later in the evening, but I usually am not trading this late in the day. So anyways, I drew out this little micro trend. I'm sitting here. This is the original trade I got into, but I scaled in twice. So this is where it ended up. And then instead of being a hero, when we came down here, we dropped down, and I got down to where I was like negative $80. I told myself if we came down close to this inefficiency and we started stalling out, I was going to close the trade. So I did close the trade, fortunately for a profit, but I was like negative $500. I'm going to be real with y'all, just straight up almost put the account into a really nasty zone. Honestly, probably more like 600 to 650 or something. I was kind of just like, when we came up here, I'm like, all right, we're overstretched. Coming back makes sense. Whenever we had this little rejection, you know, twice, I was like, okay. And then we did it again. I'm like, all right, I'm pretty used to seeing MES how it moves when it does like this. I think we're going to come back down and at least test this level. If we fail to drop or to sweep or anything like that, then I can at least still get out with my account green. And I did do that, but it should have taken me out on this big jump, on this big move. I should have gotten taken out, but these risk settings were not in place. So that really kind of threw me for a little bit of a whammy. As you can see, I was up 185 on the day. I ended up closing with 80. And then let's just look here. So, you know, these are the two trades that I've taken on the account. Yeah, because it's pretty much a new account or whatever, because that was dropped. Yeah, 4 trades. All right, cool. And then here, if you guys want to look, these are the trades that I've taken on the account and what it looks like. And obviously, I got some work to do. You know, I got a little bit emotional there and whatnot. So that's kind of what it is, man. Patience seems good, whatever, coach, whatever. And yeah, that's what I did for the day, man. I'm very thankful that I got the account back to the zone, but I am going to be going in and locking my risk settings. And then I think it's so important right now, even like my funded accounts. I don't even want to trade my funded accounts right now. I want to protect them and to just keep them active so that when I'm disciplined, I can do what I need to do, because trading is emotional, and human beings, like psychologically, just really, we make bad decisions in a moment if you don't have this locked in. And I'm speaking about myself specifically, but this wasn't even a good feel. Like when I got in here, I'm like, okay, we're up at the high, but look at this flag, look at this energy, and like look at where my stop loss was. It wasn't even above the highs, and this little stop, or this little fair value gap right here, it got filled and disrespected. So I should have been okay with like taking a loss, but I wasn't. I came back and checked it, and I was up so far that I was like, dude, I might as well just like try to save the account, and then if we trade, we trade, and then it's just bad thinking, bad. So I'm a little bit upset with myself, but I mean, that's part of trading, you know. It's just, I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to move on. You can see I was absolutely in the wrong direction. We would have went the other way. We would have had a great day. We could have had a nice, you know, like this would have been a really nice entry right here. And we obviously respect and didn't even tap into it, with disrespect, and then move up. Like, could have had a really nice trading day here and just kind of held on. So I am trying to adopt this set and forget kind of mentality where I just set the trade and then just like let it go and do its thing. But not happy with my entry here. I am overall happy with my analysis at the end of it, and my analysis overall has not been horrible. Like on the daily, you know, we're sitting here looking at this, you know, this little zone. We're going to come back up, maybe make a new high over here, kind of W wedge formation on the daily, you know. And then on the 1 hour, I said I thought we were going back up, so I can't even be mad. I just kind of like forgot my bias. But I think us sweeping this high, so I have settings here. Does it like notify me? I'm going to turn that off because it's not really relevant anymore. But when we swept this high in this zone, I was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe we're going to come down and make some movement down under. we didn't. Hindsight 2020, we coming up under VWAP. I don't think it was horrible to think that we would come up and fill some of this inefficiency, this fair value gap right here, and then continue down. I just think that it was a bullish day, and the market's going to move up. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. So I'm going to document it. We're going to move on, and we'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to lock my risk settings, and I'm going to get enough repetitions into where I really trust myself, because I do think it'll be easy to get into a trade and know why. This and this is way different. Look at where my stop's at on each of these. You know what I mean? Look at where my stop loss is at. Now, I didn't get this one, and I was thinking about it, but there was no retrace that was significant enough to get me in up here, So, yes, it was a decent trade, but I didn't trade that one. But this one here, it came down and kind of swept, kind of rejecting a little bit. And I'm like, all right, we come back out and retest this, So I'm still trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So maybe this was kind of a little sweep, a little fake out to the downside, and then the real direction is up. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I got figured out, man. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts or any comments on this, or if you struggle with discipline on an account and anything like that. I really appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate your time as always. I wish you the best and stay blessed.